listen, I have a great song. It's about Lebanon, and I want a girl's voice on it. I don't want to sing it. I don't want another male voice to sing it. I want a girl's voice on it. And I told her honestly, when I wrote the song, I thought of you. So are you still into
Mm.
this? Are you still interested? And she said, sure, I am interested. I've been practicing my voice here in Canada. So I sent her the song. I sent her the lyrics. She was on board. And actually, it's not because I made it, but you will hear it soon, guys. It's really a masterpiece about Lebanon, about the beauty of Lebanon, about the hope of seeing Lebanon called the Pearl of the Middle East, like they used to call it before. And it's gonna
Ooh.
be a great song. I hope so. Now I'm talking with the Ministry of Tourism to see if they want to, sponsor a music video. I'm talking to Music Television. I'm talking to Virgin Radio before releasing the song to see if I can have a sponsor to do a proper music video for it.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Hopefully it all goes well.
Big announcement.
Oh yeah, it's a
Yalla
big announcement.
shabab.
It's one of the new
Yalla.
announcements I have in store for you. There are many announcements today. I hope the listeners are ready for them.
3, 2, 1. Drop the announcement.
Second
All right,
announcement.
there we
Okay,
go.
now you all know about my featuring with Eminem, and everyone has been asking me when it will come out.
When's
And
it coming out?
I usually tell people you have to be patient with those kind of things because we have to work it really well. We have to make a masterpiece out of it. Now, the good news is I don't have a release date, but I have a good news. The good news is they sent me the final production of the music and it's a real killer. The beat is, I'm so proud of what Bentley Records did on that. And the other good news is yesterday I finished writing the lyrics and they got approved. So next week I'll
Wow.
be entering the studio to record my part, send it for them so that Eminem can record his verse. So the project is going smoothly. Okay, we were supposed to launch in spring. We will not be able to hit spring, but I guess if the project keeps going with this at this pace, I think we're going to be ready for summer. Finger crossed.
Woo!
So
2
that's
fire
the
announcements
second
back to
announcement
back.
for you
Let's
guys.
go.
Oh my god. Like
Wow.
Aywa.
All the
Bring it
sexy
back.
ladies in the club, in the club.
Mm. Mm. All the sexy ladies in the club.
Come on.
Incredible. Incredible. Well, thanks for sharing your big announcement. Sounds like everything's going so smoothly for you.
It is.
I
It
mean,
is. Actually, 2025 has been so kind to me. I thank God for this. It's not me. It's always Him. So I work with what I have. And as you know, I'm an independent artist, so I don't have a full production, backing me. I don't have big budgets. I pay everything with my pocket money. I'm a dad. I have 2 kids, so I have to provide for my family also. But thank God, everything is going great so far. 2025 is the best year for CMK Beats. I still have a third announcement for you.
Another
wait,
one.
I
wait.
told
But
you.
we're gonna
Whoa.
leave that one for a bit later. Let's leave that one. Let's give the audience something to look forward to. You know what I mean? You already hit
That's a good
2 big
idea.
announcements, bro.
Exactly. Let's
Sorry.
process هلا أول شيء these first two that you just announced. إنه you're collaborating with debatably, if not the best rapper of all time.
Yeah, true,
And
true.
يعني, to be honest, I guess the first thing that everyone wants to know is how did this even start? What's the story? How did you
How did
guys
it
reach
happen?
out to him, or how did
Exactly,
he?
because it's truly a dream come true. If I was a girl, I would have told you it's a Disney fairy tale, but but it's not. Actually, it's not. It all happened due to the backing of Bentley Records. Bentley Records are
Yeah.
my label. It all started with them in 2019. Before that,
Hmm.
I was fully independent. I used to release my songs on Anghami, on Spotify, by myself. Used to do the marketing by myself. So I had little exposure because you know how the music industry is. It's a battlefield. It's always a battlefield, and when you're going against big names,
Hmm.
it's not that easy, especially if you don't have the budget for it. It's never been easy. And thankfully, Bentley Records were looking for new independent artists to add to their catalog. And their mindset is we don't want numbers, we want quality. I learned that mindset of theirs later on. So they discovered me via one of my Instagram reels. I was promoting my newest single back then. It was called Fade Out. It's a very club dance song, which was also sung by Sally, my friend, and it got their attention. They found real potential with that. And they looked at my back catalog and they liked what I did. So they contacted me and they said, okay, we noticed that you have no label and we will be very interested in having you among us. And I jumped on board. My uncle used to live in the US. So I asked him actually to check out Bentley Records. And he told me, yeah, they are legit. They are an amazing team. They are part of bigger companies, so you can go in because as an independent artist, you always have this fear of waiting for someone to scam you,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
of
I
course.
don't have actually the money or the luxury to be scammed. So when I
You
got
have
the
to be careful.
confirmation from my uncle, I signed the deal and I jumped on board. Year after year, they saw how I was evolving because with them, really the guys provided me with the tools I need, with the marketing and PR I needed, and they were amazing since day one. And I started to evolve. I started to have more followers, more listeners, more streams. So this trend was going up and up and up until I released in 2023 my purely dance album, Life Stories. Why I'm saying purely dance album? Because I don't like to be boxed in a certain style. If you ask me what is your style today, maybe people know me as an electronic dance music producer. But actually, I have different backgrounds. I did some rock. I used to have a rock band in my teens. I did rock, I did hip hop, I did rap, I did drum and bass. So whenever I have a song in mind, I first of all, before deciding on the style, I check the mood. In which mood am I today? And I do the style of the music based on that mood. So Life Stories was a purely dance album, and it produced a top single, which is Sexy Ladies. And in Sexy
Hmm.
Ladies, it's not all the sexy ladies in the club. No, it's not that. Sexy, Sexy Ladies actually is a song that I did have this feeling that women today, as we talked, Ali, before we went live, uh, you see women today, you feel like they are searching for approval. They are searching to please. They are searching to always look perfect. Where the reality is, maybe even if you're chubby, if you're short, maybe you are sexy the way you are. So trust in who you are. And that's the message of Sexy Ladies. And it went viral. The song went viral. The music video went viral. I worked the music video with the directors on Pexels. Pexels actually is a platform for independent, directors who like to work. They give some videos for free, or you have a subscription with them. So I worked with top directors with Pixels, and we did an amazing music video. And this is when I got promoted among the Bentley Records catalog. I got promoted to the golden artist status. And this is how I was able to, reach a level where they started offering me serious featuring. And the first opportunity they throw at me was the opportunity to have a featuring with Eminem.
Ooh.
I was in disbelief. I
Whoa.
did not. I was truly in disbelief. And who am I? No, honestly, who am I? A Lebanese independent guy. Who am I to sing with the god of rap?
You're
And I
CMK
was
Beats.
true. So I was pre-qualified. The process was a little bit long because they wanted to pick the best of the best because it's not a featuring where they can play with. It's their
Yeah.
maybe it's their highest profile featuring ever in the history of Bentley Records. So I went through a
Hmm.
pre-qualification stage, and then we had a video call. I got to meet Eminem on video call. We used to chat a bit. And at the end of the day, I received an email saying that you're one of the chosen to feature on a song with Eminem. And
Wow.
yeah,
That's
this is
very
how
cool.
it happened.
Yeah.
And
That's
this is when I started trusting in what I do.
we trust you, CMK
That's
Beats.
how you know you made it, basically. You made
That's
it.
how you know you
You-
started from nothing, started from the bottom, now we're
Exactly.
here. Now question.
Exactly.
Okay, let's say Eminem came to visit Lebanon. What is the first Lebanese dish you'd give him?
Oh my God, that's a very tough question. Being chubby and all, I love food. I love Lebanese food. I would say hummus and tabbouleh because if I will tell you kibbeh بالصينية, I would fear that his stomach will not be able to, to digest it. So I don't want to end up with an accident due to the kibbeh بالصينية. So maybe fish barak and tabbouleh and hummus, that would be nice.
uh, that's amazing. Yeah, I was thinking like some kind of breakfast, like some Lebanese, something like that.
Yeah,
Something
Lebanon is good.
like a
Lebanon is
Lebanese
good.
breakfast. You know what I mean? That'd be good. If you start with the fool, oh my god, that's gonna be a crazy studio
That's
session.
gonna be a killer for him. So no fool also.
It's gonna be a very smelly studio, that's for sure. You guys are.
Maybe I would stick to Manusha and Lebanon. It's safer.
منوشة
Yeah,
يعني
the,
على
the
الرواق
reason
يعني ما
I'm telling
ضروري
you that,
كل
the reason
رواية.
I'm telling you that, man, it's crazy. It always happens. You have our Lebanese family, our Lebanese cousins. So when they come to visit Lebanon and they started eating our delicious food, you start having stomach problems. And I mean, guys, come on, we eat that every day.
what was
Hopefully
it
he'll be
like?
fine وما بيصير شيء.
What was it like video chatting with Eminem? What's he like?
Actually, it was really special. He's super cool. He's super friendly. Like we say in Lebanese, منه شايف حاله أبدا.
Hmm.
No, no,
No
at
ego.
all, at all.
Hmm.
He's really down to earth and he's really encouraging. And actually, he was very hickey. How will I say it? Not only supportive, but he was amazed. He was amazed by all of us independent artists who are trying to make a break in the music industry
Hmm.
without anything at all. And it reminded him a little bit of how he started everything.
Wow.
So it
For
was
him,
really special.
Eminem for
Can
him it was
relate
like
to them.
self-expression, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how he started. He started off doing rap battles. He started off doing
He started
just to
doing rap
express
battles
himself.
and I don't know if you saw the movie Eight Miles. Eight Miles
Yeah,
actually
of
is
course.
part of it is based on his real story. He used to
Wow.
be shy.
True.
He used to be
Yeah.
a very shy person. And whenever he went out into public, he used to have difficulties doing his rap battles. And it is real story. This part of Eight Miles. is his real story.
Yes, and he had to grow into it. It wasn't something that he had from the beginning.
Exactly.
So,
How does that?
what I was just gonna ask, what did he ask you about? What are the questions that he was asking
You
you,
know,
and what did you ask him as well?
one of the uh, one of the questions that stayed with me and really I would not say shocked me, but impressed me was not a question about music at all.
Mm,
When we had the call, it was in the midst of the Israeli-Lebanese war,
Yeah.
and I was telling him a little bit about my story. I was born in 1980, so
mm,
I was born during wartime. You know,
Yes.
and I
mm-hmm.
didn't
Yeah.
have any childhood. My childhood was in basements. بالملجأ was we were running away from, and I told him a little bit about myself. I told him why I wanted to do music back in my youth. And the reason why I wanted to do music is to get away from all those troubles, all those, wartime and everything. كان بدي في خلقي بطريقة. So, and we came to the fact that Lebanon is still living amidst a war. And I told him yes. And my kids now are living somehow the trauma that I lived back there because, and he knew that I lost my home, during the, Beirut port explosion. Because
I'm
actually,
sorry.
Naqash, it's not my home. Naqash, it's the house of my parents-in-law. We come here every weekend. But I live in Beirut. I live in Ashrafiyya Erbil, and my
Mm-hmm.
home is directly facing the Beirut port.
Ooh.
And I
Mm-hmm.
was at home during that explosion. So I told him a little bit what happened. And, thank God my family were not at home at that time. I was alone. That's how I was able to survive it. So, I felt like he was touched by this story, and
Yeah.
he asked me how I was able to keep a cool head and keep doing positive music because he listened to some of my tracks and he told me he was really amazed that despite all the horrors that I was living, all the pressure that I was living, I was still able to make positive music. And
Yeah.
the fact that he asked about that really touched me. And this is when I understood that he was listening carefully to
Mm-hmm.
what I had to say, and that after all, he was a human being that has feelings that can relate with what's happening. Because sometimes, sometimes we think that, okay, these are famous people, or they don't give a shit about anything. They don't give a shit about our words, our problems. And I was amazed to see that I was wrong, actually.
Yeah. There are
So
certain
yeah,
times where I was
yeah,
alone.
this was one of his best questions. It was not related to music at all.
Wow.
It was related to the fact of being able to survive and stay positive despite everything.
It shows a true
Sharbil.
part of his character as well,
Yeah,
and
true.
which makes it even better, like to be able to work with him. Ali, what were you gonna ask?
Yeah, I agree with Eminem in that I find your music to be inspirational. A lot of times people are making music about getting rich or about getting girls
True.
or about getting drugs or about I don't
Exactly.
know, doing
Exactly.
crazy shit.
Exactly. Unfortunately, it's like that nowadays. It's about
You're
booties and sex and drugs and being rich. Exactly. And it's disgusting. It is disgusting. I always tell my kids, come on, guys, these are not songs. These are not songs. This is bullshit. And in my playlist, I avoid all those new songs, although you cannot avoid them forever because Social
Mm.
media is here, TikTok is here. So they always tell me, Dad, come on, please put this song. And I told them, okay, I will put the song, but you will listen to the songs of my era before. And then I make them listen to songs, from my playlist. And then I ask them the question. I tell them, kids, with, in all objectivity, which songs do you find better? And the answer is the same, Dad. The songs that came out in your time are better than the songs that are coming out nowadays. And it's true.
Wow.
It's true. We used to have authenticity in songs. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to do now. You know, I'm following some trends with song structures, but I keep my message special to CMK Beats.
Being true to who you are.
Yeah,
I think that's so important. In a world where everyone's trying to be someone else, everyone's trying to have a mask, everyone wants to
true,
pretend to be someone else. Every Lebanese guy wants to pretend that he's freaking Portuguese on a
true,
yacht.
true.
You know what I mean? He's trying to trick some ladies.
So true. This is so true. This is so true.
Authenticity takes you the longest way. You know, you just have to be true to yourself and express yourself, and not everyone's going to love you, but the people
Exactly,
who do
exactly,
love you will connect. And that's
exactly.
what
It's a hard
matters.
road. It's a tough road. It's a long road. I started making music back in, if I tell you, you'll tell me what? I started making my own songs back in 1996, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's a long time, but I had it coming. I worked things the right way, if you want. I did not take any shortcuts. I didn't want to take any shortcuts. And also, I don't have the budget to take shortcuts like some other people do. And you know what I'm talking about,
Yep.
boosting your Instagram, with fake people and fake followers. And
Hmm.
I don't have the luxury to do that. And I don't want to do that. I really want my followers to be as authentic as me, as supportive and as positive as me.
All right. So, but you said you started making music from 1996, but don't you do electronic music? Was that a thing in 1996?
It was because don't forget that in the 90s you used to have the pioneers of electronic music. You used
Daft
to have
Punk.
the Prodigy, Daft Punk, the Prodigy, the Chemical Brothers, Moby, and they were my inspiration. Faithless, my number one band, Faithless, whom I had the honor to watch live in Lebanon when they used to have Maxi Jazz with them. They came to Lebanon before splitting up. The old Faithless. I'm talking here about the original Faithless band. And it was truly a concert of a lifetime. The Prodigy, I had the honor to see them live in Lebanon also. So they were my inspiration. And in 1996, I used to make rave music. And at the same time, I used to have a gothic metal band. You know,
Wow.
I used to growl
Mm.
back in the days.
You
So there's a
still got
large
it?
spectrum that you work with.
you.
How did you get into rap then? Where did the rap come in?
When did the rap started? The rap started when I disbanded with the guys, with the gothic metal. And I was searching, for my identity. I used to love rave music, but I wanted to try something new. And I released my first rap song back in 2006. It was a Lebanese song called هل بلد عم بيموت. In 2006, Lebanon was in chaos. They
Yeah,
killed the Rafi al-Hariri, and you had the revolution,
it was a
and
tough time.
it,
Yeah.
it, it was all hectic. So I wrote the song هل بلد عم بيموت, and I went to record it at the Yasser Rahbani studio.
Oh
And
wow.
while I was there with a, sound engineer, sound technician, Mr. Liz came to the studio, and He listened to the song and he waited there. When I got out, he called me. He asked me about my name, and I still remember he told me, "Son, you have a great thing here going, and I would advise you to never let go. Follow
Yeah.
your passion because I really liked what you are doing." And this was my first, inspirational speech from someone whom I have the utmost respect, and it gave me back then the right push to keep going, to keep moving forward, to keep evolving outside of the rave era that I was in.
Mm.
And this is how I started exploring different genre. And this is when I created the CMK Beats persona, because before I used to release songs under my name, my real name, Sharbil Karkur. So I
Hmm.
decided to create, my persona, CMK Beats, and I started mixing genre together to create my own style.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean,
And what?
to get that advice from, a musical legend, it's
Exactly,
it's amazing.
exactly.
It's like it's a great motivational push for you.
It was really motivational. I was truly like, yeah, I had tears falling because I loved Mr. Lis Rahbani, and him waiting for me to get out of that room to tell me what he told me back then. It was really something.
Yeah.
Um. What is it about Lebanon that makes electronic dance music so popular? Like, can you describe the Lebanese music scene to the world? Like, how is it?
In Lebanon, we live at night, if I might say.
Mm.
We're not vampires. I don't want everyone to think we're vampires. We are not vampires here. I'm not saying we are vampires. We are human beings. But yeah, we live at night. We've gone through lots of trauma that the night scene is our way of screaming, of shouting, of saying we are alive. We love life. We want to live. We want to enjoy ourselves. And we have lots of clubs in Lebanon, and some of them are among the top 100 club to visit internationally. And the beauty of it is when you're in a club, okay, you will put some, pop songs, but the thing that will make everybody get up and dance is electronic music, actually, more than anything else. And this is why this genre in particular is a big boost, and everyone is looking for it because when they listen to it, they will directly think, okay, where am I going to go tonight? You see? So, but Lebanon has a special, flavor. Uh, some of our biggest DJs have created a winning formula, which is mixing Oriental music
Mm.
with international dance tunes. And this has worked to great effects. Many DJs nowadays do that. And it's working. It's working. Even people, when they come from abroad and go to our nightclubs, they say, wow, guys, uh, we've been partying wherever we are in the US, in Canada, in France, but we never feel that much alive until we came and visited your nightclubs here in Beirut, in Lebanon.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about Lebanese people. They love to dance. بيحبوا يرقصوا دايما بدهم يتحركوا بدهم يعملوا. They always want to do something. They can't sit still.
Exactly,
And with
exactly,
that,
exactly, Said. It is, and part of it is, as I said, the stress we're living every day. It's how we
Mm.
de-stress, if you want.
it's our
It's how
coping
we
mechanism.
de-stress.
Yeah, yeah.
This is why maybe when you live abroad, I'm not saying you are not stressed abroad. You have lots of stress, abroad. I hear people saying how much they are workaholic. They barely have time to do anything else. But here we have different kind of stress. Here you work your ass off all day. to barely get $600, $700 at the end of the month. So it's a lot of stress.
وهذا with the political instability and everything else that's happening, you're just like, okay.
True, true. So it's our way to say to life that we're moving on. No matter what,
Yeah.
we're moving on.
Wow.
So
Music is therapy. It really is.
It
I
is.
totally believe it. I totally
It
believe
is.
anytime you go to a concert or a music club, listening to live music, there's something about it that heals your body, that makes you feel alive, that
Exactly.
inspires, that helps you deal with all the stresses and traumas in your life.
Exactly. Exactly. 100%.
It
100%.
heals your heart and soul, and something about doing it in a community too, with a bunch of people who are also going through the same things that you're going through, and you're coming together to dance and have fun. And
True, true. You have this, shared connection. That's this weird social shared connection that you're going through.
yeah,
As you
really,
said,
music,
whether in live concerts or in nightclubs.
totally, music has such a beautiful connection to your, it builds community in a way that
True.
very few art forms can really. And yeah, I think doing focusing on music that's so inspirational, that has a positive message, I think that's
Hmm.
so one of the most beautiful things that can be created. um and it represents our culture and our people. Some
True.
there in the world, some people like to destroy and tear down, and some people like to create and build, right? And you're definitely one of the
True.
engineers of the culture of the world right now. And so are we coming together, uniting forces
Exactly.
for a better world?
Exactly, Ali. And this is why I keep doing what I do. And this is why I keep creating new songs, uh, to try and do my part. I mean, that's the way I know how to try and help people. And I know lots of people who are sending me messages and telling me, thank you for that track, or thank you for that track, because it helped me go through the toughest day of my life. And I couldn't be prouder and more happy when I read those messages from fans, from friends. Uh, this is when I realize that I'm doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. um what are
Give
what
me
are your
one
thoughts?
moment to bring the light, because as you can
Okay,
see, the sun
bring the
set.
light. The sun
So,
set, the sun set, the sun set, the sun set, the sun
so
set, the sun
let
set, the
there be
sun.
light.
Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Listen to
Yeah,
my. This is
you,
a
you've
native.
given me, you are giving me some inspirations for, a possible collaboration.
This is a Native American flute from indigenous
Hmm.
people here, and I got it from the Grand Canyon here in the United
Okay,
States. So yeah, this
nice,
is a
very
very
nice.
spiritual professional flute. So I'll play you a song. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I still need to practice it. I'm a bit out of breath too. If you notice, I'm a bit sick. Everyone
Yeah,
could
you will
excuse me
get
for
it. You will get it.
next
But
time.
really, really, the sound that's coming out of it is really amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's something so meaningful about and it's cedar too. She reminds me of Lebanon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We're everywhere.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
I'm saying
Represent
Lebanese
worldwide.
people are
That's
everywhere. We'll
true.
always find the one aspect of us.
Um. All right, Shelby. What are your thoughts on Coachella? I don't know if you heard. There's a bit of a controversy about. There's been a lot of people making statements at Coachella about Lebanon, about
True.
Palestine, and such. What are your thoughts on people making statements at like big music events like that. Do you think music should be separate from? You think it should be an escape for people, or do you think no? These are
Okay,
the perfect
now
moments to talk about this.
that's a tricky question. That's a very tricky question, but I'm gonna be
Okay,
really honest with you. Really honest. You know,
okay.
if you follow my social media accounts, I try to stay, I try to stay as far away as possible from political views. I will tell you why. Not because I don't have an opinion. I have an opinion. I will say it to you. I'm not ashamed of it. But because unfortunately, those who are behind social media,
Mm,
are so biased and they are ready to destroy everything you've built because you might say something that they do not agree with you on it. And so, I've been working so hard on CMK Beats that I cannot afford to lose everything I fought for. However, my honest opinion about if you want to talk about what's going on in Palestine, in Gaza, it's really sad is an understatement because what's going on there, it's unacceptable. It's truly unacceptable. And the fact that world leaders are so silent and so okay with it make us rethink if they are actually human beings. This is why I told you I'm not ashamed of my opinion because, seeing what we are seeing on social media, on television, all this destruction, all this brutality towards children and towards women, are those children fighters? Are those children a threat to you guys? Are those women a threat to you guys? And come on. Come on. Okay, we've talked about October 7 and I was 100% fully against what happened on October 7. Both sides are wrong, but if we put both events on a balance, I mean, it's pretty clear that what's going on now, it's injustice, it's genocide, it's ethnic cleansing, and it's truly unacceptable that world leaders and world politicians are so okay and so silent about it. I mean, if I go and talk on
Yeah,
my social media, I will get banned and I will not be able to change anything. Let's be clear and honest about it. If you guys gave your opinion on social media or on your podcast, you might be heard by, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000, but will you be able to change that fact? No, it's the big players that only can change that fact, and they are doing absolutely nothing about it. Nothing. And I often ask myself, how can they sleep at night knowing that there are thousands of kids? And I'm talking about that because I'm a father, you know, I kissed the exploded floor of my house 1,000 times, thinking that my kids were not at home on October, on August, sorry, on the
Mm-hmm.
damned August 4, 2020. And my children survived that. How about fathers who are losing their kids? For what? And for what? Self-defense? Come on. We are not blind. Back in the days, they could, throw at us lies and propagandas because internet back in the days was not there. Radio stations were local. When we used to have our war in Lebanon, in the US, they did not know anything about what was happening. They could lie back in the days. They could throw propagandas. But nowadays, everyone's watching, and yet those who can make a change are not doing anything. Who are doing the work? Those who will not be able to affect not 1% the course of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So back to your question.
Mm-hmm.
saying what you have to say at a Coachella event, what will it change? What will it change? Will it make a difference? Will it positively impact what's happening? This is how we should think. This is, but on the other hand, what they did in the US and universities, all those students, I respect them. I totally respect them. It was a beautiful stand. They risked their study years. Some of them got suspended. It's their way of expressing their disappointment, and I respect that. These are students during the academic year in some of the biggest universities in the world, and I totally respect that. They are fighting, but were they able to change anything? Now, the kids who were thrown out of the university and who might not be accepted in any other university, he spoke his mind, but was, his sacrifice enough to stop what's happening? No. And not only no, it's make things got worse. Things are getting worse by the minute, by the day. Even here in Lebanon, we're not still 100% safe. Even here, you don't know when it might be back or if it will be back. We're living in insecurity. So if I get my CMK Beats account suspended and thrown out of Bentley Records, would my sacrifice change anything? No, it would not. And it will not. So that's how maybe I don't remain silent. I speak my mind off when I'm asked, or I speak my mind off among friends, but I do not go vocal, let's say, during concerts, during, big events,
Mm.
because it will not lead to anything good. It will not lead to anything good. On the contrary, people will say, Look at this crazy person. What is he talking about now? We're here to enjoy music. We're here to enjoy the concert. What are they telling us?" And
Now
that's
this
my
that's a bit.
opinion, but I respect all other opinions. I respect all the people who are trying to make a change. I fully respect them, and they have my utmost respect. I'm not saying who's right and who's wrong here, and who should do that and who should not do that. I'm just giving my point of view. I
That's a
mean,
very good point.
even the Pope, today was his burial. Even the Pope, all he could do was pray and speak out loudly. But even
Wow.
the Pope, who's the head of the church, even he was not able to stop what was going on. Imagine that. And it's so disgusting and sad. It's so disgusting and sad to make this genocide. And why am I talking here about genocide? You might ask. I am Lebanese, but what you might not know, guys, is I'm also Armenian.
Mm.
I'm from an Armenian family. My father is Armenian. I am Armenian, and on April 24, we remembered our 110th, remembrance of the Turkish genocide, Ottoman genocide against the Armenian
Mm.
people, who is still not yet recognized internationally. And and today we are witnessing a new genocide that no one wants to recognize, and we're watching it happening as if we were watching a Netflix series. And this is scary. This is really scary. This brings you to think: are are we right in our mind? Are we? I don't. I mean, I don't know. Is it the end of the world? Because these are red flags for me. I mean, people are watching those atrocities like they are watching a Netflix series, and not only war. Now, if you have a fight in front of you happening on the street between two people, the first reaction of everybody else would be to take up their phones and film the fight instead of trying to stop it.
Hmm.
They would film it. I mean, come on,
And then put
come
it on
on.
Reddit, and then
Exactly,
make money off it.
exactly. If they see a robbery happening in front of them, they will film it. I mean, guys, come on, stop the robber. He's
So
running
they can
past
get,
you. Stop him.
so they can
No,
send it on
no.
WhatsApp to
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah,
auntie.
yeah. They want to film it. And exactly, and they send it on WhatsApp. Yo, guys, look, today I saw live a robbery happening in front of me. Look what I saw. I mean, come on. What is this era that we're living in? What is this era? Come on. Our kids doing this stupid ice bucket challenge. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, 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 no. As a father, I'm living through hell. I'm living through hell with this generation.
Hmm. Wow.
Well,
I mean,
the
well
bucket
said,
challenge is
Sharbil.
killing me.
The ice bucket challenge, or like the Minecraft movie challenge. There you go.
Oh yeah.
No. Really well said, Sharbil. I have a lot of respect for artists like who are putting themselves out on the line, who are willing to, you know, lose so much. A lot,
True.
musicians to put a positive message, an anti-war message, and I have a huge ton of respect for people like Green Day, who would
True.
change the lyrics to incorporate, a
True.
pro-Palestinian message as well. And they have a massive fan base, and they're able to make maybe more of a sway. But like you said, if the Pope is not able to do it, then what fight
Exactly.
do the little of us have? And they're trying to censor us, and we're trying to express our voices in the best way we can. And what we can do is just build, keep on
Without getting
building, and
banned.
yes.
Without getting banned. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. They talk about
Hmm.
freedom of speech. They preach for you the freedom of opinion, while actually they are the biggest dictators, you know.
It's kind of insane, yeah. To be
It
honest, I
is,
mean,
it is, it is insane. Come on, guys, this platform is for you. Speak out your mind, and then oops, your account has been banned because you spoke out your mind. I mean, come on.
it's like a Black Mirror episode, honestly.
Exactly, exactly.
What do you think of like all the music that kids are listening to nowadays, like Coco Melon, Baby Shark? You know what I'm talking about? Electronic dance music for kids, the wheels on the bus. You know what I mean? Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. You know what I mean? uh, Daddy Finger, where are you?
Yeah,
I heard
Daddy
that song
Finger.
maybe 10,000, a million times.
Oh, I had my fair share of listening to those songs, you know. It's cool. It's cool. Songs songs from my era, even songs for kids were, you know, more educational than now. Really. They were more educational. We used, I don't know if you guys had any, did you live in Lebanon back in the days or you were born abroad or,
No, yeah. Me and Said actually met in Shweifet, Sabis, Lebanon. That's where we grew up. And yeah, for college is when we departed ways. Yep.
okay, okay, because we
So I
used to
did live
have,
there.
you know, a TV show with songs for that TV show
Mm.
that it was called Kifulesh.
Yep.
And it used to have a song, you know, كيف وليش بدي افهم عن كل الاشياء ادرس واتعلم. You know, it was really educational. It was an educational program. It gave meanings. It gave good advice for kids. Today, all you see is I don't want to say stupidity because I don't want to hurt the feeling of anyone who's watching us
Baby
or listening
Shark.
to us.
Trust me,
But you know,
they're making money. They're making tons of money doing it.
yeah,
Who cares if
but
their feelings are
you
hurt?
know, things became cheap. Things became so low and so cheap. And I mean, my kids now, they are entering their teenagehood. My boy next month will be 13. He's starting his teenagehood and all they're doing or listening to, I mean, those Fortnite songs. you know, the Fortnite dance moves, the Fortnite game. I mean, come on. Come on, guys, give me a break. Please give me a break. What is that? And everyone on TikTok wants to do this stupid lip syncing video. I mean, why would you try to sing? And especially when a girl puts a song that is being sung by a male and she's lip syncing as if she's singing. I mean, oh my God. Oh my God, that's crazy. Or boys who are putting songs by girls and lip syncing on the song. I mean, come on. Again, what
I
is
know.
this era? Can someone tell me what is this era?
Or someone with a cat, like making their cat's mouth move to match,
Exactly.
like Despacito or something like that. It's like, what the heck?
Exactly. So no, 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 no.
Random.
I'm trying. I'm surviving the era, hoping,
Mm.
hoping for a miracle, praying for a miracle, that one day we, we will have our golden era back. You know,
I
the
like that one.
80s was full of amazing songs with beautiful
Yeah, it
messages.
was.
Even the 90s, even the old hip hop scene, the old rap scene. You know, rap was never about getting laid or about sex or about females' body and booties and everything. It was not that. Rap was born as a form of revolution. Rap and hip hop were born out of injustice. You know, songs,
Yes.
they used to have a revolutionary message. This is rap. This is hip hop. Not what we're hearing today. Yeah, yeah, I take my marijuana. Come on, come on. Show me your booty. Do you wanna? Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Come on, guys.
Mm.
Come on.
Mm.
Come on. It's all
One
about
more
sex,
hit.
drugs, money, you know, and
I need a vape. I need
yeah,
cocaine.
and what is that? What is
Like,
that? And this is why it's in a new announcement. This is
Oh,
why I decided to get back into rapping, not only because of my featuring with Eminem, but because I miss that scene. And one of my newest songs that will be released maybe later on in 2025 is called Back in the Game. And
let's
why
go.
it's called Back in the Game? Because I decided to get back in the game to teach all those nonsense
it's in the game. Yeah,
rappers
yeah.
what rap is all about, you know, and my song is
Damn.
directly targeting them, targeting their lyrics, targeting what they're trying to teach our kids. And, you know, as we say in Lebanon, حط النقط على الحروف.
Put the dots on the
And
letters.
Yes.
Let's
yeah,
go.
and that's why I called the song Back in the Game. It's a powerful rap song. It's a dark song. It's one of my darkest, along with the Eminem song. It is dark. And yeah, I have lots of things going on. I'm preparing my new album. It's gonna be called The
Nice.
After Party. Why is that? Because the latest album, the last album I released, it was an EP. It was called Party for the Brokenhearted.
Hmm.
Okay.
And
Of course,
so
the
my
party. You
next
have a feed after
album,
party.
it's the after party. It's the wake up call. And it kind of it will be like the CMK Beats 2.0, you know. It's a
Ooh.
renaissance
Nice.
in some way because my last two albums were pure dance, and now this new one it's gonna be a mix of you know everything CMK Beats does. So it's gonna be it's gonna have dance songs, it's gonna have rap songs,
Mm.
pop songs. It's having one praise song. I have a praise song that it's going to be released on May 9. I felt the need to do it. I felt the need to do it. I felt the need to, you know, spread some spiritual message with everything's going on. And actually,
Hmm.
this is how I fight the war. You know, this is my way of fighting. This is my way of crying out loud what and how the world should be. And that's the best way I can do it. It's with my music, with or without lyrics, because I do both. Sometimes I don't feel the need to put lyrics on my songs because I feel like the melody by itself, it's telling a story and it doesn't need any lyrics. I leave every listener to put the lyrics he wants while listening to my music.
It's like Beethoven. It's like Mozart. It's
Yeah,
like Chopin,
yeah, but
but
in an
CMK Beats.
electronic form. So yeah, that's it. I'm preparing my album. It's nearly there. It's nearly there.
Mhm.
I'm still waiting for, some tracks to be finished, some tracks to be recorded, but the full production, and the layout of the album are done. I'm done with it. And the good news is, my hit single, "Girl, I Want Your Love," which remained,
Yep, I
as,
want
as I
your
told
love.
you guys,
Mhm.
it remained in the top one for 2 weeks. The song remained in the top 20, for 2 months and
Two
1 week,
months.
which
Yeah.
is amazing. And now, this is one of the surprises I was keeping for you guys. I
Ooh.
received, I received 2 days ago the amazing news from IMDb. You know IMDb. IMDb are
Yes.
the
Movie.
sponsors. Yeah, IMDb are the sponsors for the International Music Video Awards. It's
Hmm.
something that they are doing. And our song got nominated for the Best Dance Music Video. And 2 days ago, I received the good news that our song is made it to the final list of the official
Oh,
nominees for Best Dance Music Video. And when I looked at the nominees and when I see that I have in front of me David Guetta and Sia with their song Beautiful People, and then you see
whoa.
CMK Beats from Lebanon there, I mean, it was such a beautiful moment. It was such a beautiful moment. I shared the news with the team that helped me make this music video. Uh, Everyone worked on that music video from their heart with no money at all. They went on board. They believed in the song. They believed in this project. We shot an amazing music video. And here, I want to tell all your viewers and your listeners, please, guys, if you did not see the music video for Girl, I Want Your Love, I encourage you to do so. It's on my YouTube channel. It's on my Vivo channel. It's a work of passion and being among the finalists to be nominated for the Best Dance Music Video Awards. I mean, if we win or lose, we're already winners. It's like in the
You already made it.
Oscars. You have, maybe 5 movies nominated for Best Film. One of them will win, but in fact, it's the 5 movies that are winners because they got
That's true.
chosen out of thousands and hundreds of entries. And here is the same thing, being a finalist among the top 5, having in front of me David Guetta and Sia. I mean, win or lose, we are winners in that. And I couldn't be prouder. Honestly, I couldn't be prouder. And again, thank you, Lord, because 2025 has been so far such a beautiful blessing. It's giving me, this positive boost that I needed to keep going forward.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
Hey, congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
amazing
Honestly,
news. Amjad, you
amazing
made it.
news. Yeah, totally. And it's so inspiring that, Lebanon is coming on the up and up. And
True.
I only think this is the beginning. I only think the next couple of years is going to be even more of the rise of Lebanon and
Yeah, I
film,
really hope
art,
so too, and
media,
I feel it
music.
too.
It's
I can
coming. It's
sense it
pulsing in
too.
our veins right
Yeah,
now. Yeah, so as long as we keep working together, we're on the up and up. And only the sky's the limit.
true,
Do
true.
you agree? All right.
I totally
Well,
agree.
before we wrap up here, we want to give you like an opportunity to teach us how do you make a song really quick. Like how do you make it like an electronic
Okay,
dance music song?
actually, it's it's quite crazy because sometimes I make my songs by mistake. What do I mean by
Mm,
mistake? You know, first, first of all, I work with, with MIDI keyboards. We call them DAW or MIDI controllers.
mm.
So it's basically all the work is done on my laptop.
Mm.
And my workstation is on my laptop, and I plug my Akai MIDI key there. And I start playing around, I start changing the synthesizers on my laptop, and I start trying to come up with a certain tune. That's always how it starts. Sometimes I have the tune in my head, but when I play it, maybe in my head it's great, but when you play it, you see, no, it's missing something. So basically, most of the times, I always start with the synthesizers. I don't know why, but I do find them, the most catchy and uh, exactly. They are the notes that will give me inspiration. So like you're doing now, I start playing around, changing, the tone, the volume of it, the style of it, until I hit what I call the magical chords, if you want, in a way. But, true, true. It is exactly what you're doing. And then I record this, and most of the time they are two keys or three keys or four keys. I record it, and I start building up on top of it. I put on the bass, I put on the hi-hat, the drums. I try to add FX. And actually, what's interesting with you, Ali, I've been dreaming for such a long time to have Derbeke featured on one of my songs. So if you are a really amazing Derbeke player, I would definitely contact you to feature on one of my songs because I don't know how to play the Derbeke and I want it, but I love the sound of it. I always dream
Mhm.
of mixing Oriental with my style. I've never did it before. Well, maybe tonight is the night.
Tonight. Tonight
So,
is the night.
so this is
Tonight.
how, yeah, this is how I work. Sometimes the songs take, uh, and I'm not lying here. I'm being totally honest. Sometimes songs take
Hmm.
20 minutes of my time. It
Hmm.
happened to me when the inspiration is there, when the inspiration is good, when I'm super happy or super angry. Sometimes I make a full song in 20 minutes. And that's what happened, after the explosion. I was in such a dark place that I created a song called Alive But Not Well. Alive But Not Well. And I was able to do that song in 20 minutes,
Wow.
truthfully. And
But
sometimes
it
songs take, multiple months because I'm not fully happy with the result. Sometimes I change the synthesizer, sometimes I change the piano tune. So it depends. It depends on my mood. It depends on the message I want to bring. It
Yeah,
depends if I'm all the time with my kids whenever they have exams and I'm I'm not thinking about music. So it depends. It depends.
yeah. Of course, you
but it
want to
took
see
you
how you're
decades,
feeling.
Not decades, no.
Said.
Not decades. Thank God, not decades. The longest period I stayed with the song was 1 month and 2 weeks.
Mhm.
But it was an amazing song in the end. But that was the longest.
But it took you decades to learn how to write music. It's not 20 minutes for you to learn how. It took
Yeah,
decades
true,
for you to be able to write a
true.
song in 20 minutes.
It took me,
It's not like
yeah,
anyone could.
actually, if you think of it, it took me from 1996 to 2019 to find my identity in music
Wow.
and to start evolving in the right direction. If I want to, resume it like this. Yeah.
That's inspiring. Saeed, any questions or concerns? Yeah. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you. The honor was all mine, truly. Truly. I was super happy meeting you guys. And I really hope to, to meet you again, maybe in person, Ali, when you come to Lebanon, Saeed,
Yes.
whenever you're passing by, it would be a really a great honor. Uh, and hopefully I will have you, I will have you on board for my future releases. Uh, and I hope you will keep spreading your beautiful message because truly, guys, you two are amazing. You and I love the vibe you're providing for your, your listeners, your viewers, and knowing that you're also Lebanese. It's amazing. It is amazing. Truly, it is amazing.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Shadabo. Now, hit us with one inspirational quote. Let's say you're some, up and coming Lebanese musician. You're in AUB right now. You're working on your computer trying to come up with beats, but you don't know who you are. You're just copying whatever David Guetta, whatever you see online. What would you tell someone like that?
My first, my first advice is, guys, just, I know sometimes it's very difficult, but please trust in your instinct. And it might take you some time to find your true identity. And maybe it's not wrong to copy or get inspired. I don't like the word copy because if you are copying, I would say stop it. Stop it. Don't copy, please. Try get inspired by others, but dare to, to go out of your comfort zone in order to find who you are and in order to bring something new to the music scene, but never, ever, ever be discouraged. That's my biggest advice to everyone. You know, I heard lots of negative comments and lots of discouraging comments. Come on, why are you doing this? You're not getting any money out of it. How do you still have that positivity? How are you able to go on with this with everything going on? You're a family man, and thank God I did not listen to any of this negativity. So my advice to everyone who's trying to break through, please, please, please shut all the negativity that you're having. Stay positive, dream big, and just trust in your capabilities.
Love it, Shadabo. All right, so everyone go listen to CMK Beats on Instagram, on YouTube, on Spotify, and Rami, Apple Music, everywhere, anywhere you can listen to music. Go check out his music, and I'm super looking forward to hear your Eminem track.
Thank you.
Until next time,
Thank you, Ali.
ciao.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yes, of
Bye.
course. Bye. See ya.
Bye.